A very good evening to all of you who are here with us this evening. We are GDSC IIIT Kalyani, and we wish you a very good evening. Welcome to the live stream. We are here today. We bring to you our info session for the 2023 Google Solution Challenge. This is an info session where we'll be detailing various nitty gritties about the solution challenge, and we'll be helping you out in planning your endeavors into this year's solution challenge. So I hope you take away a lot. Many things from this event. I have with me in conversation Hamdan Ali, our web development lead at GDSC IIIT Kalyani, and this is Nikhil Lakshminarayana, the management lead at GDSC IIIT Kalyani. So we can begin with our presentation for today. Um, so yes, this is our agenda for today. And we'll be following this not to the T, but to a great extent. But we'll first choose to begin a Slido session, for which I just need 2 seconds.
Okay, folks. So I hope I'm audible. Nikhil, just let me know if I am.
Yeah, we are.
Cool. Uh, can you have the next slide, please? Okay, so the hardest part is getting started. Now, I want you to scan this Slido. Just come to our quiz, and I want to know how many of you have you participated in Google Solutions Challenge or are aware of Google Solutions Challenge 2022 or 2021. We'll be waiting for a few seconds, and then we'll be discussing on. Uh, Write your opinion on what you think is a issue that's worth solving.
We'll
Issues that are
want,
worth.
yeah.
Yeah, please continue.
So we'll want your inputs as to what issues are worth contributing to in your opinion. And I was recently having a chat with Hamdan as to his opinions on what issues excite him and me myself. We talked about how solutions can be built for, yeah, the pandemic
Yeah, true,
being a
true.
recent
You
issue.
don't have to look. You don't have to look very far. Look around your community. Look around your university. Look at your neighborhood and think what problems do you think should be solved? What issues need to be tackled? Just think about your own perspective. Put yourself in place.
Anything that comes to your mind, just feel free to drop it in the word cloud and we'll have a discussion over it.
Cool. Environment. Post-COVID issues.
So, Hamdan, any ideas as to how environment can be a pressing point of
Yeah.
contention in?
Actually,
Yeah.
so this is one of the 17 United Nations objectives that they need to be tackled. If I am precise, it's called one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, the SDG. Yeah, geopolitics, temperature rise, cool. So when it comes to environment, we see climate change or crops not growing at places they used to grow, or the lack of cocoa in the tropical region. So these are something that needs to be tackled around. These are something that to be fixed, or something that needs brainstorming. Someone needs to take the initiative and think about it. Now, this is the hardest part. This is the hardest part, very honestly. This is the hardest part, to think about a solution, to think about the problems that need to be tackled. Now, since we are here, I want everyone to take inspiration from these answers. Like, these are the folks who are giving you the hints. They are saying, ki, think about something environment, think about agriculture. Okay, we have temperature rise, cool, AI, and now we have globalization.
Hamdan, I just came up with one point which I'll also like to add in this word cloud. It
Please
may
share.
be access to education in rural areas that
Oh,
may improve. Yeah. So the winners of the previous years from, I think, I'm not sure, but from Indonesia, I think they focused on improving access to education to a great extent. So yeah, having that as a point which plagues a lot of people at large, such solutions might find place in the top 100 or top 50, in my opinion.
very certainly, very certainly. Like it's one of the Google's sustainable development goals. Education is in the
Yeah,
top priority. Someone has to think about it. And just
exactly.
now we came up with Edu with metaverse. Like heads up to that idea. It's something really new and innovative. Like we would want to see more on that. So yeah,
Excellent point. This I do with the metaverse. I think this can be scaled to a good solution if built a team around.
absolutely, absolutely. Folks, take note. These are some ideas that might get you to the top 100, top 10, or top 3 of this Solutions Challenge 2023.
We'll be wrapping this poll up in another 2 minutes. So yeah, just drop in any more ideas if you have them, or we'll be moving forward, and maybe we'll return to this poll at the end if we have time or something. I guess the poll has stabilized. Yeah, so I think we could move on. We had one more answer come in. Waste management, I think.
Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool.
Waste
That
management,
is
yeah.
that's one another SG. We'll be discussing a lot on these. Um, okay, I guess we can continue now.
So I'm moving on to the slides again. Yeah, yeah. Hamna, would you like to take over?
Sure. I believe the slides aren't changing. Are they? Are we?
Yeah, yeah, they are. I'm able to.
Cool, cool, cool. So just now we crossed the barrier. We crossed the hardest part, which was to get started. We gave up. Our community members gave some certain ideas. We discussed a lot of them on stream. Now, from here, I'd like to introduce you to what is Google Developer Solution Challenge 2023. Now, Google Developer Solutions Challenge 2023 is all about solving world problems, solving issues listed in the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And you have to do it using Google Solution Technology, Google Technologies. Can you move to the next slide, please? The overview slide. The overview slide, please. Yep. Okay, so the United Nations created 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which all UN members agreed to, and the goal is 2030. Now, you can go through a complete list of these goals through the website, or we'll be sharing these links at the end. What you have to do in the Solutions Challenge is you have to create solutions for these 17 Sustainable Development Goals. These include from all spheres, such as waste management, environmental issues, such as pressing concerns, such as education or okay. Now we invite all of you to contribute to the solutions challenge. We want you to um, submit your solutions, submit a proposal, submit an actual development, submit your own thinking on how do you want to solve a new issue or tackle build up on something that's already been solved. Now that's also a possibility in the solutions challenge. Okay, since we are here, let me go through the timeline of this event. Nikhil, if you want to add a few things.
No, I think the central idea that Google considered while coming up with this solutions challenge was to further United Nations goal of achieving 17 sustainable development goals by 2030. They had in mind the short timeline and students making up a large portion of the workforce that will be taking over software development in the coming years. I think this is a very good initiative, and this provides an exposure to the students at a very early stage. You might be able to learn about the whole software development life cycle at a very early stage, and it's an advantage that any software developer would like to have at his disposal. So I think this is an event which you should not be missing. No matter what the result is and what your team is, all that is secondary, but the experience you will gain about software development and its life cycle, I think they are worth giving a try. So yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, let me quickly walk you through the timeline of this event. The solutions challenge is very much live right now as we speak, and the submissions open on 17th of March. Now, the submissions last or will close until 31st of March. You have that much time until you come up with a solution and submit one to your GDSCs or Google clubs. On 3rd of March, top 100 global winners will be announced. We'll walk you through what perks the top 100 winners would get, but this is the timeline. Let's walk you through this first.
On 3rd
Okay,
of May, I think. On 3rd of May.
yeah, yeah, on
Yeah.
3rd of May. Okay, now you have to submit a solution by on 2nd of June. The top 100 participants will submit to that, the top 100 winners. And on 10th of or 19th of June, you will have the top 10 winners. We'll walk you through a separate prize list on what perks you get at each level. And finally, on August the 5th, you will have a solutions challenge demo day and top 5 winners. Okay, I think we can move to the next slide. Let's discuss what the prizes. Okay, uh, so at each level you get different level of different perks. All participants receive a digital Google profile and badge and official certificate. So rest assured, if you're participating, there's something for everyone. Now, if you land in the top 100 teams or if you get selected, shortlisted for the first half, you receive customized mentorship from the Google team and a GDSC Google branded t-shirt and certificates. Now, if you land in the top 10 finalists, you receive mentorship, swags, and opportunity to showcase your solution to the world on a live YouTube demo day. Now, top three winners would have additional swags and a chance to get featured on the Google developers blog. Now, how huge is that? Uh, Nikhil, would you? I'm sorry, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Apologies for that. So yeah, top three winners. So the small margins come into play between these top 10 finalists and uh, top three winners. I mean, the Google developers blog is read by a large many number of people right across the globe, from practitioners to students to various people from various walks of any familiarity with software development. They might know about Google developers blog. So the top three winners get a lot of things which might be an incentive to them for participation in this event. So yeah, one more thing that adds up to our list of things why you might want to take part in 2023 solution challenge. Also, all teams, if you decide to form a team for solution challenge 2023, which GDSC IIIT Kalyani really will appreciate. So we would like you to establish contact with our core team members. You might find them at our institute within working hours, 9 to 5. So feel free to contact them. We'll assign you a core team member in your team, as you will be required to have a core team member on your team. But do feel free to contact us in case you are forming a team for Google Solution Challenge, and we'd love to host your solution on our own event platform in a session just before the deadline on May 3, right? So yeah, that might help you find another incentive as to building a solution for the solution challenge. You
Thanks for
might take
bringing
over.
that up, Nikhil. Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
bringing that up. We had that coming. Like, if you build a solution, you'll have the Google Developer Student Club GDSC IIIT Kalyani and the X platform to showcase your talent. We'll have a session dedicated for you, and you'll be giving a demo on what you built, what you're passionate about, and how you're tackling the GDZ, SDGs, or the Sustainable Development Goals that GUN has to tackle until 2023. So yeah, uh, feel free to reach us out on Discord, on Twitter, on live in campus in within the working hours, as Nikhil mentioned.
Also, the person who tweets this event on various social media platforms and tags GDSC IIIT Kalyani will be receiving a swag kit with a T-shirt from GDSC IIIT Kalyani as well as swags from GitHub. So do make sure to tag this stream and make sure to let everyone know that you attended the stream, and tag GDSC IIIT Kalyani. The one with the most engagement on his post will be receiving a swag kit from GDSC IIIT Kalyani. So another important thing to look forward to.
True, and do mention what sustainable goal are you of the 17? What of the 17 are you planning to tackle on, or what are you trying to build? We would definitely love to hear you out.
So Hamdan, the judging criterias.
Sure. Okay, so that brings us to a very tough spot. Yeah, there will be a judging, and you'll have to be very apt or in line to the judging criteria, because if you deviate from these, you might end up losing marks. So, allow me to brief you through this. You will get a complete list, you'll get these complete slides on our servers, so please make sure you join them. Just to sum it up, you'll have 25 points for impact and 25 points for technology. So, how big of an impact are you creating? What solution are you tackling? Are you sort of tackling the rise of ocean levels, or the melting of glaciers, or food management or food wastage throughout the globe, or tackling how the crops don't grow, and some Google technology you can assess that? What big of an impact are you creating? You'll be a system that, and that carries a whole 25 marks. Please make sure you are completely in line with those 17 goals that SDG has to offer, the Sustainable Development Goal, and please make sure you have a high impact problem statement. Next up, okay, since this is coming from Google, you have to like use Google technologies to solve those solutions, and that will be carrying 25 marks or 25 points. You'll be assessed on what technologies are you using, are they up to date, how apt are they cross platform, and things like those. You'll get a complete list of these. Nikhil, if you want to add.
Yeah, so the point about impactful solutions. So the fifth point is the one where teams tend to lose many marks because teams do not document as to how their solution can scale to a larger audience in future. So make sure that you think about the scalability of your solution. Like access to education is a solution that will have a large impact, and very small number of solutions can go a long way in this point. So many teams lose these 5 points. So make sure that you focus on the scalability of your idea, and yeah, that will enhance the impact of your solution to a very large extent. So make sure that you focus on the scalability as well,
Again,
and of course the yeah, yeah, Hamdan.
Okay, okay. Again, we are not looking for experts. We do not have to be an expert in a technology, or you don't have to be an expert in a field. You don't have to be a
Exactly.
scientific expert. We are looking for solution builders. We are looking for someone who can take up the challenge. Okay, so there's a dedicated point for if you mention what challenges you faced, how did you overcome them, you need to add them in your solution. Like they do carry marks. So we are not looking for experts. We are just looking for solution builders, someone who has the
Exactly.
vision.
Smart India hackathon के नाम पे
Okay, I believe
Yeah.
that was a
So
glitch. We are back.
yeah, 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 yeah. So technology being a point which, of course, many teams will focus on, and these form the crux of your points. So be sure to have a Google technology at the center. I understand that you might not be able to integrate all of the Google technologies, and that's not required even in my opinion. But make sure to use Google technologies to a large extent, as Google will have some points dedicated to the students who are using their own technologies to build the solution. Right? It's a Google solution challenge after all. So
But hey, Nikhil,
make
who
sure
doesn't
to
use a Google technology today?
exactly my point as well. So they'll end up using Google technology even if they don't plan on doing so, right? So I'm not more much worried about those 5 points, but yeah, the
Actually,
other 5 points, as in the actual working model, not a mock-up. So make sure that your model is very very close to the working setup, and it simulates to a large extent the working solution, and the number of people using it should be tested upon in advance. So make sure that you can support more users and increase scale. Again, the fifth point, the teams tend to miss. So make sure that you emphasize on these points, and I think you will do very well in this challenge. And even if you end up losing 1 or 2 points here and there, it's all right in my opinion. I mean, at least you'll go a very very long way in developing a good solution. So yeah, to
true. That
all the
was really
best to
helpful.
the teams.
That was really helpful, Nikhil. A detailed breakdown on these points will be given to you on our Discord servers. So please make sure you are on GDSC IIIT Kalyani's Discord server. Complete links will be given at the end of this video. Okay,
So
Nikhil, would you like to take over?
yeah, sure. So submitting a solution to the Google solution challenge. So these are the points on which you'll have to elaborate when you are going to submit your solution. So make sure that you have clear ideas about these, because if your initial form lacks documentation or lacks clarity, you will be suffering on a lot of points, and you'll be losing out on all these. How many? I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5. So 40 points are for your submission documentation, and 50 points for your judgment of your solution. So make sure that you have a very clear idea about these before submitting your solution. uh, I suggest that you have a good idea about your project setup, because this will form the bedrock of your solution, and good solutions are built upon a very strong why. So have your why cleared first, and then I think things will keep on working out themselves over time. So the project setup details will require you to describe how your solution challenge solves your problem statement of your choice, and how these link to the one of the 17 sustainable development goals. And the implementations will require you to describe the architecture and the technology at large, and which of the Google platforms and products you chose to um, use for your solution. The feedback and testing documentation will require you to have an idea about how you tested your solution, and the details about the testing samples of your solution. Suppose you tested on 100 people, then you will have to describe how Sorry for the glitch. Yeah, we had a technical issue at our end. Thanks for bearing with us. Yeah, I think we should resume with our session. Yeah, I was elaborating on the feedback and testing sessions. The iteration, testing, and feedback uh, phase of your solution building will have 10 points, 10 very important points for your solution. So make sure that you focus on having a good testing sample for your solution, as in having a large number of users to test your solutions with. Right, I think the testing phase you'll have to look it up on how to conduct them, and we'll help you out with the testing phase as well. And you could ask your friends to form a sample size of say 100 people. You could gather 100 people from our institution and test your solution um, with them, right? So try to gather as much data as you can, and it will help you to further iterate on improving your solution, right? The success and completion of the solution will also carry 10 very important points. It enhances your presentation if you could make a demo video, right? And the demo video would go a long way in explaining your solution. And make sure that you address this question on how your solution addresses the challenge you are looking to solve, right? Once again, how your solution elaborates on the problem statement, and you will have to elaborate on how the scale of your solution and the use case of your solution tackles the problem statement, right? Make sure that you focus on these 2 points as well. And next is the scalability, which in itself carries 10 points, and you'll have to explain how your present technical architecture supports a very large number of users, and how you plan to scale your solution in the future. So make sure that you elaborate on your future plans. And yeah, so these are the criterias as to how you will Hamdan, would you like to take away these slides?
Okay, sure. Okay, so let's talk something about how to create a good problem statement. Okay, so a good problem statement is something that's of utmost importance, something that's significantly urgent. You want to be creating something like something that solves world hunger, or rising sea levels, or something that's really impactful to the global community. It must be in the you must explain it, or we can relate it to the simplest terms possible, and it has a huge impact to the community. The size and scope of the problem should be huge, or at a degree where it creates an impact. Also, I cannot really focus more on feedback and user testing, like Nikhil mentioned previously. You have to create solutions for the user. You have to create solutions for the globe, for the world. Be very sure you create solutions that actually help people, and not something that's fancy enough for a developer. Um, okay, your problem statement should not be more than a paragraph. Like 2 to 3 sentences is good, but 5 to 7 is like a little too much. Okay, how to structure a problem statement? You have to mention 4 W's: who, what, where, and why. You have to address these 4 problems in your problem statement and how you are tackling each of them. Next, if you want to add something.
I mentioned the problem about access to education. I'll take that as an example because it serves as a very viable solution for this challenge. You might choose to take up any other of them, but I'm trying to present a framework as to how you will structure a problem statement. So you'll come to the point as to who is experiencing the problem. Once again, what segments of the community. If you focus more on the lower strata of the society, you'll end up, making a solution which caters to a larger audience as compared to other solutions, right? So try to focus the on those problems which are faced by a larger segment of the community at large. And then what is the problem? You'll need to detail your problem statement as usual as to the issue that is being experienced by the segments of the community, right? And when and where is this problem occurring? The problem might be uh, a time variant one. It might change with time, and your solution might need to be something that adapts to that those changes. And then you will be focusing on why is it a problem as to the core of the issues that plague those segments of the societies that make this problem a very important and urgent one, right? So if you end up focusing on this structure, I think you'll end up with a good problem statement. And a good problem statement usually ends up being part of a good
The top.
solution as well. So yeah. Try to form a good
Good.
problem statement first, and then focus on building a good solution. So yeah, I'm done. You may carry forward. Yeah.
Okay, since we are here, let's move to the next slide. And um, we have gone through timeline once. Let's move through it once again. Now, the major part is design and build. You are in this phase right now. You have to identify a solution and form a team and start building your solutions. Let's Nikhil, am I audible? I think you are not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm so
think.
sorry for this glitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a shit network over here.
No worries.
Allow me
Yeah.
to
So
allow me to answer a few questions. Now, can I solve something that's outside the 17 SDGs? Actually, no. Uh, we require, it's a requirement that you have to select one of the 17 SDGs. Your theme, your solution, your problem statement should be focused and should revolve around these 17 SDGs. Make very sure you do not cross the limits or cross the barriers of these SDGs. These are one of the some deciding factors for you to get into the top 100, top 10, or top 3 and to make a meaningful impact to the society. Now, if you have contributed to one or more projects, one or more SDGs, one or more problem statements, are you allowed to keep moving forward with the both of them? Actually, no. You are limited to only one team. You are limited to only one limit entry and one person. You can only move forward with only one solution and one entry per person. Okay, if you are not a part of GDSCs anywhere, can you still participate? Actually, yes. We are providing you a provision to enter GDSC IIIT Kalyani or links provided. You can join one anytime and enter this Google Solutions Developer Challenge and get started. Okay, now you might be having some social distancing implications or some COVID-related issues. Will the judges consider this? Absolutely, absolutely yes. They'll consider this. If you have lack of mobility issues, such as the team cannot meet, or you have some user testing issues, you cannot test your solutions at large, or in person, or do a national survey, or something of the sort. The judges do acknowledge this. And if you do not have internet access or proper development environments, the judges do acknowledge this. Make sure you are landing to top 10 or top 100, and then you'll be all set to go with the mentorship Google provides. That will be all that you need to know right now. If you want to if you want to know something more or you want to ask something more, we have provided a link over here. It should be shared at the end of the event. It will be shared at the description of this live. You can move over there and check all the FAQs listed at the Google Solutions page. If you still feel we haven't answered any of your queries, feel free to reach us out at our Discord servers, at our Twitter, or at our handles. Yeah, Nikhil, can you please take over?
Yeah, so we have our bio link put over in the sash below, gdsc.bio.link. You may see it on your screen. You may choose to follow us on our social media pages and follow us for more updates. So yeah, these are some overview videos which we'll be sharing with you, and you might choose to uh, go through them. Due to shortage of time in this session, we would choose to you know. Provide you the insights to the session and to the solution challenge, and you might be given these slides, and you might choose to look through these videos at a later date of your choosing. So we'll move forward with our content, and we have with us the Google developers blog mentioned here. This here link goes on to the Google developers blog, where you might get to read all these winners and their experience on the solution challenge. One of the first things in preparing for a challenge like this is getting to know the insights from the winners themselves, right? This is one of the core
Absolutely.
ideas, and no one else can give you a better idea about the event than the winners themselves. So I really recommend you to check out these links, and yeah, make sure that you gain valuable insights as to how to build a good problem statement, and then also go on to build a good solution, and in the end up winning the solution challenge just like these winners themselves. So I really recommend you to check out these Google developers blog. We'll be sharing these slides with you at the end of the session, and through your official WhatsApp groups as well. So yeah, we focused on the Google technologies. So here are some of the Google technologies that you might choose to build your solutions around. So Hamdan, would you like to take over the description of these Google
Cool.
technologies as
Sure.
you deem fit? Yeah.
Sure. As a requirement and as a core theme of the solution challenge, you have to use Google technologies, and some of them include Android, Flutter, GCP, or Firebase, or TensorFlow, or Angular. We are not very alien to this, are we? We have been using this. Everyone uses this. If you're not very familiar with this, let me allow me to brief you through these and what they are about. So the so let's start with the Google Cloud platform. It has multiple services which you can deploy, use, or leverage at your own application or your own product. Now, you can host websites or leverage some services through GCP. With Flutter, you can build cross-platform mobile applications that run directly on natively or on Android and iOS and Windows alike. Now, with Android, you can build core Android stuff, Android applications. With Firebase, you have cool NoSQL database. I mean, everyone uses these things, right? It's very natural, it's very common to us. And with TensorFlow, you can create Google models. You can create predictions for any of the seven SDGs we listed above. Now, if we may move to the next slide. Okay, here's a link of the 2022 Solutions Challenge demo day. This will be attached at the end. This is the final. This is where it all ends. Now, please go through the demo day. Make sure you have gone through all of these links we provided before actually starting the solution. This is the essence of this. This is very crux. This is very much required. I cannot put it more. I cannot put more efforts on this. Nikhil?
So the demo day is where the top 10 participants, or the top 10 placeholders, get to present their challenges, right? So it's a great
True.
opportunity that you might get to see them on YouTube. So make sure that you go through their challenges in general, and get insight as to how they build their problem statement. Again and again, I'm focusing on a good problem statement, because that forms the bedrock of a good solution, and hence a good team submission as well, right? So make sure that you go through the demo day playlist. We'll be sharing these slides with you shortly. So make sure that you go through this playlist and get important insights into how the top 10 winners of each year build their problem statements, right? So make sure that you do that. And we also have the 2021 solution challenge demo day playlist. We'll be sharing this with you shortly. So it's important that you approach GDSC IIIT Kalyani and contact our core team members before 28th of February, so that you will get enough time to get started. The more time a good team has to build their solution, the more chances of them securing a place in the top 10, top 100, or top 3 as well. So this is the event link. Check the event out. This link will lead you to the Google Solution Challenge registration website. Make sure that you register your team there once you contact us at GDSC IIIT Kalyani and we allot you the team. So make sure you do that before 20th of February. And yeah,
And
we have our
just to give a heads up, Solutions Challenger will start accepting solutions on 17th of March and will end on 31st of March. So make sure you have enough time to create a solution and a good solution with a good problem statement.
right.
Now, that brings us to the end of this event. It's a wrap, and we can't wait to see what you build.
So once again, we have our bio link here on our screen. I'm reiterating, the person who mentions our stream, our today's stream, and his experience on his social media pages, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and various others, and tags GDSC IIIT Kalyani, will get a swag kit with a printed T-shirt and swags from GitHub on their for their morale boost, so that they can have a good time at our future events. So we'll send over a swag containing t-shirt to the most engaging post. Yeah, so make sure that you post our event. All the best and have a very good night to all of you. Make sure that you
I
follow
hope
us
this
on
was
our
helpful.
socials, and make sure that you contact our core team members before 28th of February, so that you have enough time to build a solution. I hope we helped you out, me and Hamdan. Most importantly, Hamdan with his insights on tech stacks, the way he elaborated. Thanks a lot, Hamdan, for
And
your
thanks
time.
for your morale boost, Nikhil. We really needed
And
that. And how to build a good
yeah,
solution.
yeah.
Feel free to reach Nikhil
Mm,
out if you want to discuss more on this.
yeah, make sure to drop feedbacks on various platforms. And thanks a lot for your time. Hope you have a very good evening. Have a good day. Bye bye. This is a wrap from GDSC IIIT Kalyani. Have a good day.